Duolingo has one of my favorite user experiences out of any product on the internet. I've been using it a lot lately to learn Spanish, and I realized that there's a lot that we can learn about UX by taking a closer look at the product. So today, I'm going to go through what I think are the three best things about their user experience and give you some key takeaways based on each thing on that list. So keep watching, and you will be a better UX designer by the end of the video. The first thing is their onboarding experience. As a general rule, a good onboarding experience is quick and seamless and helps the user to achieve their main goal in using the product very quickly. So Duolingo is a perfect example of this. They do a great job of figuring out your learning goals, determining your level of proficiency in a language, and almost immediately putting you right into your first lesson. You can arrive at their homepage knowing nothing about a new language and learning your first dozen or so words in that language within the first 5 minutes. So they've clearly thought very carefully about what the absolute essentials are in their onboarding experience and adding nothing beyond that. One interesting thing that they have included in the onboarding experience is a prompt to turn on notifications that remind the user to keep coming back if they've fallen off on a streak or maybe stopped using the product altogether. So this is actually not essential for the user to achieve their short-term goal of checking out the product and completing their first lesson. But for overall user retention and to help the user achieve their long-term goal of learning that language, it's incredibly important. Another great thing that they do is they actually don't make you create an account throughout the whole onboarding process, which is incredibly rare. So you're able to go through the whole onboarding process, take your first lesson, and then that's when you see your first prompt to create an account, but even then it's optional. So that really does a lot to remove friction from that whole onboarding process and get more people that arrive at their site to become active users. A key takeaway here is to always make onboarding processes as short as possible. So generally in an onboarding process, user drop-off looks something like this. So the longer and more tedious that process is, the more users you're going to lose before they're even able to see the actual product. And the second thing that I really love about their experience is how they've gamified the whole process of learning a language to make it much more fun and enjoyable. If you're unfamiliar with what gamification is, it's essentially taking some elements of game playing, like point scoring, progression, competition, and applying that to certain areas of a digital or software product. Many products out there use techniques like this to make their products more addictive, and that can actually be very looked down on in the tech world. But in this case, I would actually say it's different because they're using gamification to make a positive change in people's lives. So one of the biggest issues with people learning languages is that they get bored, and it's just not something that they look forward to coming back to doing each day. But having these gamification elements in the product makes it so that there's more incentive to keep coming back. Here's some of the best elements of gamification in the product. The first thing is the level progression system. So the whole structure of the curriculum is essentially taken right from video games. You'll be able to see a clear overview of what units you've completed and what you have coming next. So these units essentially function as levels in a video game. This provides users with a clear idea of where they are on the path. It gives them a sense of satisfaction to see what they've completed, and then also gives them the motivation to keep going when they see what unit or level is right around the corner. The second thing is the rewards and achievement systems. So the product does this in two ways. They have some rewards that you know that you're working towards, where you can clearly see what you have to do to achieve it, such as getting to a certain number of days in a streak or achieving a certain number of experience points. And there's other rewards that you'll be given unexpectedly. For example, if you achieve a certain score on a lesson, it will randomly give you a badge that you can add to your profile. And then the third thing is leaderboards and competition with others. They have a built out leaderboard feature where you can see what league you're in based on the experience points that you've accumulated. And then within that league, you can see how you stack up against other users who are around the same level within that league. You can even look deeper into someone's profile, so you can get some great data visualizations to see how you stack up on more micro level stats. Things like streaks, badges, experience points, and all of this is broken down to the day so you can really get a deep look into this. A key takeaway here is that adding some elements of gamification can be very beneficial to keep a user coming back and enjoying a product. There's also many different kinds of products that can benefit from some kind of gamification. Even a more serious product, like a software as a service product that businesses use, can have some elements of this. For example, maybe power users can achieve different kinds of badges, or an award can be given out for achieving a certain number of tasks on the product. So these are all great things to keep in mind while working on your own products. And the third great thing about this product is just the general look and feel throughout the entire product. The visual design, illustrations, and sound design all contribute to a great look and feel, which significantly enhances the experience. So each lesson has illustrations of characters that go with what's being taught in the lesson, and then some corresponding sound that goes along with it. So each of the characters will read out each of the exercises in their own voice. And if you get the answer correct, you'll hear this nice satisfying ding noise. Throughout the rest of the product, there's a bright, welcoming color scheme, playful iconography, the use of the Duolingo owl mascot, which looks like a friendly stuffed animal. So the visual elements really give it this feeling that the product doesn't take itself too seriously, and this is just a place to come and enjoy your language learning experience. These small visual details do a lot to make the product more fun and engaging. That's actually a significant value proposition for a product like this. Alternate methods for learning languages are usually not very fun and engaging at all, especially when you compare it to things like reading out of a book or sitting in a high school Spanish class taking a test. A good takeaway here is that the aesthetics and the look and feel of a product are extremely important for its success. So there's a book called The Laws of UX, and in this book, one of the laws is called the aesthetic usability effect. It states that users often perceive more aesthetically pleasing design as being more usable and more likely to be able to solve their problems. Researchers in the field of human-computer interaction have even done studies that have proven this law to be true with an overwhelming amount of data. So Duolingo is a perfect example of a real-world application of this law, and whatever product that you're working on should be a great example of it as well. So those are the three best things about the Duolingo UX. Learning from this and using it as inspiration for your own work can absolutely help to make whatever product that you're working on to be better and to make you a better designer. I want to do more UX reviews like this coming up in the future. So if you have a product that you want me to review, please leave the name of the product in the comments below, and I might make a video on it very soon. So thank you for watching, and if you want to see more content like this that is meant to help beginner UI UX designers to succeed, then please hit that subscribe button and you'll see more videos coming out very soon.